What God? Make me sweat here.
Good morning.
Rock here.
Nancy here.
No limit in the house.
No limit. I wanted to get to that point, but anyway.
No limit.
No limits this week. No limits.
No mountain too deep. No valley too high. What? Did I say that wrong?
No valley. No valley too deep.
I said it the other way
valley
around.
too high. Yeah, I think that's
Whatever.
what it is.
How's everybody doing? Come on.
Oh my goodness.
It's Monday morning.
And I hope you guys had a great weekend. It was such a beautiful weekend with the snow on all on the trees and just walking in the forest. Oh,
magical.
Yeah, it was truly magical.
It was magical.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh,
Cheers.
boy.
Sun-kissed smoothie. Yes?
Did everybody hear that?
No, it's because I used the leftover of my Brazil nut milk.
Brazil nut.
Brazil
nut.
Oh my goodness, I'll never say it.
Brazil.
I'll never say it back. I'll never pronounce it right.
Pronounce it. No.
No?
Pronounce.
Pronounce.
Yeah, not pronounce it.
Pronounce it right. Oh, you're like shooting off a lot of heat.
I'm hot, baby.
I
What
know.
can I say?
Hot rock. Hot stones. Oh gosh. So this week we are going to focus on minimalism.
Minimalism.
Yes. Good morning, Sylvain. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Lise. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks everybody for joining us.
Yes, thank you everybody. And
we're very grateful.
we're really going to focus on simple life, simple living, minimalism. I don't know if you know this, but a decluttered environment equals a decluttered mind.
Yes.
And I would say, living proof of that. I feel so much more relaxed and at ease since we've downsized and organized our space, our living space.
Yeah, I remember how it felt at the beginning, getting rid of stuff.
Moving here.
It was, Scooch, put your pretty face in it.
Well, no, don't sit on my lap.
Okay.
That's not appropriate.
Okay.
I remember when we first started downsizing, when we were living in Kingston and going back up north, we got rid of a 3-bedroom home, a shed,
Storage space.
a utility storage space. We downsized from that, so you would need to move all that stuff, a 24-footer U-Haul for sure, a big one.
Well, the reason being is because we were forced to live in a much smaller space, already furnished. So we were like, this is the perfect time.
So we took all of our stuff and moved, and what was left barely filled a 15-foot U-Haul. Imagine.
Wasn't it just a liberating experience?
I had stacked all the boxes that we had, and then I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna run out of stuff to put in this place. And then sure enough, after I stacked those boxes like Jenga, or Tetris.
Yeah.
Everything else was just on the floor and just kind of a little bit stacked. That was it. There was no stuff left. It was like, whoa.
And I think from that point on, we developed that mindset of like, my God, less is best.
Yeah.
Just even like moving here, because it's 2-bedroom home. Yeah. Well, a condo, but it's still limited space. Like there's barely any storage. So
That's right.
We kept what was really important to us.
100%.
Which your home should reflect who you are and what you love. And we love biking and outdoor activities and sports and working out and stuff. So we kept that, and
we kept some of that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
We got rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like beds and dressers and you name it.
And 3 weeks ago, we've watched the Minimalism.
The Minimalist.
The Minimalist.
You would think that for such a movement about minimalizing or reducing the amount of stuff, they could have chosen a smaller word.
Yeah, that's true.
Minimalism?
That is so true.
It's such a long word.
That is so true.
Well, it's not a long word, but
So if you want to be inspired on reducing,
minimalist,
getting rid of clutter, things you don't really use, organizing your space, that would be a great way to start. And I think when you start and you watch that, you're in that state of mind. I say go for it right now before you change your mind, because.
Well, what I would suggest you guys do is pick a room. Like pick one room in your house.
Challenge.
That's going to be the challenge for this week. Choose a room, and
or a corner
since
of a room.
we are people who gather around food in the kitchen, maybe a good place to start would be the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because you're always there. So imagine if you could really clear that space, how that would motivate you to do the rest.
That's true. That is true.
Because if you've got stuff in your pantry,
Actually, some would say garage.
yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. If you have a garage that here's the thing. If you have a garage,
You always say this.
and you don't park your cars in there, you're doing it wrong. The garage is the house for the car, not for just all the shit you don't use that you've been collecting for years.
You might use one day.
Yeah, it's like if you're not parking your car in your garage, or you're not using it for something else, like a workout area, or a man cave, or a woman cave, whatever, just filled full of junk, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Another thing that would inspire you too is actually this book called Feng Shui Your Life. I've lent it to a friend of ours, and would love to have it back if you're done with it, FYI, if you're watching. And it's really great. It helps you how to organize your space, how to make your space represent who you
Talks
are.
about flow.
Talks about energy and flow, because
the
thing about energy,
it makes sense.
Everything is energy, even like the material stuff. And if it's all over the place, then the energy cannot move. And they say stagnant energy is unhealthy, even in your body and your mind. If your thoughts are stagnant,
Yeah, if you're stuck on one little thing.
Yeah, then it's
I don't
it's
like
unhealthy.
this.
Even in your body, if
It's like, come on.
if your blood can't flow properly, if the air in the lungs can't flow properly, if that's when disease starts to happen, right?
Restricting any sort of flow,
Yeah.
whether it is internal within your body
Yeah.
or external, your stuff,
Yeah, exactly.
that has to be evaluated.
And take this moment and just feel it in your space. Do you feel like you feel
feel
good?
well?
You feel good in your space, like it's.
Or are you just used to it, right?
Yeah, there's.
Are you really well, or are you just used to it?
Yeah, exactly.
Let me tell you something I've already said about 100 times. At first, when I was getting rid of all the stuff, I was like, yee! I had this attachment to stuff. And that in itself, once we were done purging, that was gone. I do not have attachment to stuff anymore.
That's great.
It's like, it's liberating. It's like, if the whole place burnt to the ground, as long as we got out alive, I'd be all right. I'd be totally fine starting over. Not a big deal. It's just stuff.
Well, there's a few things you're going to be attached to. And
Well, I mean, I have my guitar that I've had since the age of 19. That's about it. Anything else?
Your record player now?
I'm not even attached to it.
No? Okay.
I like it, but it's not like if it broke tomorrow, it would end my life.
No.
Nothing would.
No.
And you look at any object in your house, if it broke, would it really, would it really be that bad? It's like, no.
But the main takeaway of that documentary is really about like how accumulating stuff equals you working more to pay for that stuff, and then it's just it takes you away from time, and time is really all that we have. And because we are just having to work extra hours to pay for the accumulated stuff that we have, it produces a lot of stress and anxiety.
Exactly.
So just liberating that stuff and getting into that mindset of just less is best, it allows you to have more time for yourself, for others, to spend with others.
It's the idea that, you're buying stuff to keep up with people you don't even like. You buy stuff
Or you may like.
impress people. Well, yeah, but I mean, a lot of times you see your neighbor driving the BMW, you're like, oh, I want a BMW. And then you go off and you do that, you buy something, right? Try to keep up with that person.
Right.
And it's really, like I said, liberating to get rid of some stuff. If you've got 13 pair of boots, chances are you probably don't need them all. I would go down to 5, Like if you got 60 pair of socks, you probably don't need that many socks. Like 7 days in a week, you're gonna do laundry once or twice? You may need 14 pairs. Let's say 2 pair a day, you're still ahead of the game.
Right. And then when he talks about the actually how we're like accumulating a lot of stuff equals like going and taking away from the natural resources of our planet. So
well, that's
the
it
more
too,
we
right?
do that, when it comes to depleting stuff from the planet, it actually reflects our own depletion as well in our health and in our well-being. And just like kind of feel it out this week. I mean, feel it out, and then just really I like this too when you're like going away for a weekend or even for like a day. I always like to come home to an inviting place, like where it's organized and clean. Because then when you go and you leave your dishes or
we'll get into that further. Like
yeah,
we're not gonna
yeah.
Here's what I would like for you guys to try. If tackling a room is too much, just get a box. One box.
Yeah.
Fill the box with stuff that you don't use.
Right.
And if you're not sure if you're going to use it or not, put it in the box and then leave the box somewhere for a week. If you haven't gone into the box to use something, you can get rid of it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's true. That's a good, yeah.
Just start with a box.
Yeah, that's good.
Like a filing box. Like
Yeah.
just something simple.
And you guys can also get inspired by that show on Netflix too.
Yeah, and then you can donate that to either Salvation Army or any sort of thrift store. Like we always, not always, but often give our stuff away to Value Village. But Value Village is not a non-for-profit organization. We need to know that. It's a for-profit organization. So you gotta be careful with where you're going to give your stuff. But I would give my stuff to like the Diabetes, the Salvation Army, places that are actually going to use those monies collected from the sale of those items to help those in need, right?
Yeah, giving back
Village,
to the community
not so
is
much.
really, it feels good too when you're also liberating yourself from excess stuff, but when you're giving back to the community, it also was like really
I remember when we were selling our stuff, a lady came over and she wanted to buy some towels for some sort of mission. And when she said that to you, it's for this mission, and you were like, do you want all these linens? All this stuff? She's like, really? She's like, yeah, just get rid of it. It was like $500 worth of stuff. All linens, closet, duvets, whatever. Just take it all.
Wow.
Remember her eyes were like this big. She's like, I can't believe you're giving it for all that price.
Yeah.
She's like, well, it's for helping people. Just take it.
Yeah, it's encouraging. It's encouraging to do that.
Yeah.
So I really want you guys to maybe engage this week. Let us know.
Take a picture of your box.
Let us know what you got rid of, or even just like if you don't have much stuff to begin with, maybe just organizing your stuff. Even organizing feels really, really good.
Yeah, well, it's in the organizing that you actually look at your stuff and say,
I have a lot of stuff.
16 pair of boots. I'm pretty
Even
sure I only have 2 feet. So it's like
even when we first moved here, we thought we didn't have a lot of stuff, but then when you start packing and everything, we're like, oh man, I still have a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Anyway, so we're gonna wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
I wish you all the best.
All the best
in
today.
your minimalism week.
Minimalist week.
Health and challenge week.
Start with the box. As always, we
love you. We're thinking about you. And
Take
we'll
a
see you
shower.
guys
Get rid of
tomorrow
some
morning at
stuff.
7:15.
Eat some vegetables. Be a good person. Come on.